This is game number 4 in the semifinals between Edie and Stark. No surprise, Eddie's going to pick civilizations. It's going to be Japanese and Monk civilization against Stark Saracens, also Monk civ. And Eddie is up first, he's just on gold mining. Let's go for his map. Main gold, somewhat forwardish on the side. Second gold outside, third gold really far away actually. Relics pretty fair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much in a line. This one may be closer to Stark, these two may be closer to Eddie here, but not a big problem. Eddie got a second stone save in the bag and an extra gold, which he did not scout. Too bad. Maybe could have helped him. He is going for 2 villagers. He's losing 1 because no loom to Stark scout, but the other one is going to put up a monastery in the middle around the relics. And Eddie is probably going very aggressive here with 2 villagers on stone even. Maybe forward castle coming up soon, or just to sell, but I think the forward castle is an option for him. Now only 1 monastery for now is good enough wood, of course, for that second monastery, not going for any extra TCs. And Stark, at the same time, no stables up, was an option, but he's not going for that. Second and third gold outside as well as the second stone, but the main stone and the main gold safe in the back. Nice palisade walls here to make sure these villages are not going around. I like this. Here deer inside is a little bit of space to boom, but he's probably not gonna get to boom here because Eddie is gonna put a lot of pressure on him, so not a free boom at least. And the scout from Eddie going down almost. 3 villagers attacking and this villager on 13 HP, but it's going to put a new farm up, and that means this villager should be actually pretty safe. Eddie now scouting the back, and of course the first monks on the way here. Also monastery up for Stark. I don't think he's going to be able to get a relic in easily. Maybe could go out right now because Eddie's scout is inside. No, it's dead actually. Now I think Stark is going out. 30C coming up, and 3 villagers on stone. Stark has enough stone for a castle. Didn't see this. I guess you did already. And Eddie also going with that. Maybe Eddie thinking about a fast Imperial Age now. It's possible atonement coming in Sanctity, of course. So he's investing a lot into these monks. It makes sense. And I guess the siege workshop will come up very soon. Might even buy the stone for a castle actually. Now this monk is going to die, but the scout may get converted in return. No, the monk is not dying. Stark preferring to keep his scout alive, maybe pick a monk off later on. And Eddie actually walling Stark, and I like this. You have seen the games probably where Stark has boomed all over the map, and now Eddie's saying, no, not in my house, not any longer. The wolf is going to attack, villagers running back, but the monk is going to help here, and the villager should be able to take this wolf down. So Stark cannot escape here on the right hand side, he could only escape on the left, and I think Eddie will try to guard this as well. The scout now able to take a monk down, very strong player by Stark. He preferred to keep the scout alive, and it pays off. Siege Workshop coming up for Eddie now. 3 relics plus 2 is got all the 5 relics at before 21 minutes. And Eddie got enough stone for a castle and almost enough resources to click up to Imperial Age. He's got the buildings now that he needs. Wheelbarrow coming from Stark at this point with 3 TCs up and running. Enough stone for more than a castle, like 1.5 almost. And still 2 villages on gold. Eddie going for the monks, trying to be annoying. And Imperial Age click for Eddie at 21-27. This game could be over really fast now. The castle coming up here for Eddie. Just in front of the wall. Stark can see this. He has the monk there, so he knows what's coming up. And the counter castle just opposite of the castle from Eddie. Stark should be able to get up faster, but Eddie is too far away for Stark to reach him to take the villages down. So could be a nice race. Yeah, Stark should be faster here. Problem for Stark is he cannot do anything against the trebuchets that are coming up. He's got 4 TCs now up and running. He's still trying to boom here. Barracks coming up and a siege workshop as well. Both on the way from Eddie, of course, pretty late here, but he's gone fast imp, so pretty understandable as well. And Eddie's still on stone. Few conversions. No, now the castle's attacking the monks here, but the castle from Eddie is up before Imperial Age. We're gonna see a house and maybe a mining camp on the gold here. Eddie got a lot of gold income. He's got a mangonel chest in case, I guess. And once Eddie hits Imperial Age, Stark will be in trouble. He's creating battering rams, which is a good idea, but Eddie obviously saying, yeah, that's a possible counter to my forward castle, so I'm getting a mangonel immediately. And there we go, Eddie is continuing to wall here. This wall is complete, the other wall is going to go towards the castle probably. First of all, he's walling the gate in, which is a very smart idea. And elimination block printing coming in, while Stark is still low on resources, 4 TCs and 66 villagers. And the first trebuchet on the way. Let's see where you're putting it, Eddie. I hope you're putting it towards the back here. Yeah, that's a nice gather point. And now st4rk needs to think of something good really fast here. He's got 4 batteringers from the castle and 5, 6 petards coming in. Wow, that's where he's investing his food. I was wondering, 26 minutes into the game, they should have more food. But that explains a lot here. The question is, can Edie hold on to this castle? Can the petards, and there's actually number 7 coming in, and the Rams do something against this castle? Could be really interesting to see Edie's castle going down. The problem for st4rk is Edie is still on stone. He's probably going to be able to get another castle up if he needs it, actually. And still in 1 TC, still with 41 villages, is quite nice. There's the first petards coming in. That's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was fast. The castle going down immediately. The quick house being built by Edie. He knows he can be housed really fast here. This ram is not going to do a lot. The other rams are going back. But Edie got 2 trebuchets and really need to pee. Feels so good. Okay, they had a pee break or drinking break, something like that before, I guess, in the game. I think I've read something in Dark Age. Edie now doing redemption, and he's moving forward. He doesn't really need a castle as long as he's trebuchets, he can attack from distance. And of course, st4rk is starting to get military units out now, while Edie probably should go for a crossbowman as well. I think it would be a good option. The monks won't be easy to convert a lot of crossbows. At the same time, crossbow is done, but no production yet for st4rk. He's going with a few scouts, 4 stables in the back here, and the trebuchet is moving forward to see what st4rk has. st4rk knows a lot about the map. Edie now knows about those archer ranges. At least he cannot see the stables yet, and that's good for st4rk. Mangonels behind should be able to protect the trebuchets. Mangonels moving forward, trebuchets actually moving back. They're in the range of the TC. And a quick house from Edie. I love to see these quick buildings to block the ram's path here. And now the trebuchets are in a good distance to attack the TC. This TC is going to go down really fast. Edie is gathering his monks. He's got a few spearmen just in case. Very good from Edie, predicting the moves from st4rk, predicting the only really possible moves, let's call it like this. Monastery coming up in the front to get more monks in. And there's the light cav moving around. Edie can see them, but st4rk cannot attack yet because there's too many spearmen and there's too many mangonels. The other casino coming in, st4rk being handcart, getting good eco going. 48 villagers for Edie though, it's not too bad. And st4rk is not in a space trouble yet, but could go over there really soon. Now 2 light cav moving in, taking down 1 monk, taking down 2 monks. That's number 3 going down. No, the 3rd one surviving. And st4rk with a lot of military units, but so does Edie. He has almost 30 military units. There's the samurai now going in. Theocracy stun for Edie. Trebuchets attacking farms. Of course, why not? The mangonels move forward now, and there is that forward castle I was talking about. Edie gathered enough stone to get that castle up. st4rk is still producing crossbowmen. No more light cav, a few of them. And now the militias even moving in. This could be an interesting fight. Can st4rk actually do damage? Let's see the military units, 34 for each player. Edie is still with a lot of monks. The mangonels still attacking the crossbowmen, and that's huge. A lot of crossbowmen dying, but so are the monks from Edie. Those light cav are doing a good job. There's 1, 2 converted light cav, I guess, but not enough spearmen to defend all the monks, and Edie's losing a lot of monks here. He's losing mangonels. There's still a few spearmen left. The castle is about to go up. st4rk needed to move in, and this looks like Edie is going to come out on the top here. He's got more military units. He's losing the trebuchets, and the crossbowmen now attacking the villagers. Good idea. The villagers with loom. No loom for Edie. He's got a TC in the front here, so he can get more villages up. And the crossbowmen are going to have to run away. Only 1 light cav remaining. This mangonel should not go down. The light cav should die first, but you never know. Ooh, light cav for mangonel looks good. And st4rk with a decent fight, but it was not good enough. Edie is able to get that castle up, and st4rk needs to replace his army, needs to get more units. The light cav again moving in to attack these mangonels. There is 2, 3 siege workshops coming up from st4rk. He had a lot of wood, does not have a lot of food because he's invested a lot into light cav. He's creating more scale guarding armor coming in. Edie going for another trebuchet, going for more monks actually. So going for mangonels and scorpions now coming in. I like the decision. And mangonel shot on the crossbowman. Nice shot. 3 of them going down immediately. That's 4. Those crossbowmen cannot run away. The light cav moving in, trying to attack round. Not a bad idea. A few houses to block this actually. So Edie is walling even further, and the only entrance is like here where the goal is. And were those light cav all converted? Wow, he's got 3 light cav converted. That was strong. st4rk is in trouble. Edie is looking really good right now with that forward castle. More trebuchets on the way, and he can attack the military buildings now. st4rk is going to try and ram push this probably. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 rams plus 2 coming in, but Edie should have mangonels as well. There's 1, 2 of them already. And there is as well the scorpions to attack, like crossbowmen or maybe even light cav. This is looking good for Edie, and the trebuchet is now hitting archer ranges here. This trebuchet is hitting the siege workshop probably. I'm not sure about it. Is it doing anything? Maybe not. Nice walls coming off. So Eddie realizing, yeah, that must be ramps inside. So I'm going to block away the path to my mangonels. The trebuchet now moving forward. Eddie is sending more units. He's sending a mangonel even. And looks like Eddie is in full control of this game. st4rk will go for another push, for another counter push here, but if this one is failing, I think the game might be GG. If he's successful, Eddie might be GG, though Eddie has 57 villagers, not a bad number. The Rams now moving in at around 75 speed, or maybe even slower. Light Cav Crossbowmen all moving in, but there's 3-4 mangonels, so the Rams should not be able to take down this castle. The monks still trying to convert. Can we see a few more conversions here? I don't see a lot of light cav getting converted actually, but a lot of them going down. And the monks, of course, healing. The mangonels will die soon because the Rams will die soon. And st4rk calling GG. He knows this is over. His push was not good enough. The Rams are dying. This castle is not going down. Very strong game by Eddie. Nice push here. st4rk tried to defend as good as he can, as he could, but Eddie with the fast Imperial Age managing to get his push going and managing to wall st4rk in actually. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we are going to see the switch civilization is still favoring Eddie in my opinion. Game 5 starting, and I want to show you this. Eddie got a good map, but he's got 2 boars outside. He's protecting this boar with the scout, and st4rk actually was about to lame here. Maybe if he found a boar and non-protected, would have gone for that. Eddie getting a hit on st4rk's out. st4rk is going back again. Eddie's still staying around. Eddie getting the first boar in, very safe. Now this villager is about to take the next boar. She's gonna go back one time to the TC, and another few hits on st4rk scout, and Eddie's sending the villager. Problem is now almost perfect, but here we go. This villager is getting attacked and suddenly standing. I don't know if that was a bug or maybe Eddie just misclicked, no idea. Eddie though getting the 2 boars in safe, and let's go for his map because he's got a main gold safe in the back, second stone, second gold, third gold, and even deer inside, but it's all in the back here. Eddie cannot see the deer yet. He's about to find him now. Should open these walls probably. There we go. He's got 1 relic inside, only the main stone forward. And extra berries here on the left, doesn't really matter, but Eddie got a really good map. Let's see how he's going to do this. -1 villager is not a very good start, and usually Eddie is going up in like, if he can, 23 population, I think, something like that. But I guess here it's going to be like 24, maybe 25. He's got more villagers queued up. Losing 1 is hard, and he's not going to lure the deer, so he needs a few more. He's going for farms here. Still going up 24 population, sending 2 villagers to gold, makes sense. And what's this villager doing? Also going to gold. Yes, perfect for him. st4rk, let's see his map. Didn't check it at all. He's got deer inside apparently. He's luring them main stone forward, 2 villagers on that. He's got the second gold outside, third gold outside, this one close to the gate. Good wall this if you want to do, or even here to get the safe. Second stone safe in the back, extra gold, extra stone, which is nice for him. And he's got a barracks up, main gold, somewhat forwardish. st4rk is gonna play with a stable probably then. Let me see a stable, yes, coming up in the back, so Eddie cannot find it, and st4rk again has to run away because Eddie is attacking his scout. Extra gold here on the left hand side. The relics, 2 on the left for st4rk, 2 in the middle between the 2 players, and 1 inside Eddie's base. Eddie also going for stone right now, and that means st4rk will have a hard time to defend against monks because Eddie's gonna have a lot of gold. Not sure if the 4 bridges are for gold or for a castle later on. We're about to find out. I guess for now it's gonna be selling the stone for gold, and then ooh, look at this watchtower coming up, an X on the main stone, and there is towers coming in. Eddie is not gonna be prepared for that too well, and this tower, Eddie's tower, should go up faster. Nice house to block the gate, and yeah, st4rk abandoned this tower immediately. The villager killing the wolf with Bloom. This tower should keep Eddie's stone safe for now. Eddie going with a 4-bird siege workshop and double monastery. The villagers on the left hand side, and st4rk actually milling these extra berries. Haven't seen that in a long time. A forward proximal, forward mill. 2 scouts, 3 scouts out, and looks like st4rk may have the advantage. Not sure. Eddie's going back at this point, and Eddie doing sanctity with the double monastery producing monks probably. Yes, once Mangonel is out already, and the scout getting deleted right now because it would die probably. Barracks coming up because Eddie knows, yeah, there must be scouts on the field. Those villagers, I love them. They're doing a good job here, taking the berries. Eddie got a lot of villagers on gold, a few of them on stone. 2 lumber camps actually, but no extra TCs, as expected pretty much. Now the villagers going into the tower. They cannot hop in here, but they are protected for now, and I guess st4rk needs to send them away, needs to send them back. Of course, the Japanese for st4rk, the cheaper mill makes sense. Now these berries, this mill, this 50 wood wasn't a waste, but this is a waste of monks. Could get 1 conversion here, but 2 monks down. And can he get another monk? st4rk? No, he's running away. towards the tower. Nice tower here actually for him, between his base and Eddie's forward, something like that. So Eddie is not gonna have an easy time, and the scouts moving in to take down another monk. No, going back, taking this one, none whatsoever. I don't understand st4rk. He could have gone for that. Now there's one scout inside, not sure if it was converted. This house will go down over time. st4rk is doing atonement, so he's going for counter monk rush. This could be an interesting game. Towers and counter monks, something you rarely see against Eddie in this order. And Eddie is still going for his forward. The battering ram now coming out, probably to take down these this gate or something like that. Double mining cam in the meantime. And st4rk, do you have extra TCs actually? No, st4rk staying on 1 TC as far as I can see. A lot of villages on gold. Gold mining coming in for him, and a few monks on the way. So st4rk is prepared to defend the monk rush now. Eddie in the meantime collecting a few relics at this point. He's got one already, two more coming in, and these monks are gonna get number 4. Only the one inside his space is not gonna be grabbed by him too early on, I guess, because there's the towers protecting the way between the monasteries and his own base. So the safest relic, that's the one Eddie is not taking right now. A stone wall being attacked by the ram, and a defensive watchtower. 2 towers actually coming in. Blacksmith on the way, because st4rk, didn't he have a blacksmith? Probably not. He went for the market then, I guess. Don't see the market either. Oh, it's forward, of course. And st4rk is going for more monks. Sanctuary coming in. That watchtower is going to stop the monks from coming in at least. And Eddie, good resources. Saracens, he can buy the food he needs to go up to Imperial Age. And for now, he's controlling the map. He is attacking. Nice shot of the Mangonel. He took down a scout and a monk. But the monks now from st4rk moving out to be able to convert Eddie's monks. He's going to go back now because there's more monks from Eddie. The Spearman also moving forward to attack the scouts here. But this watchtower is a very good idea, and it's stopping Eddie's monks from following st4rk's monks. A very strong game by st4rk for now. Very nice defense against the standard Eddie rush. Eddie, though, close to Imperial Age, plus he's got enough stone for a castle, and the villages are moving forward now. And these towers, do they have ballistics? No. But the castle coming up forward. Across the main gold, not close to the map, and not even in range of the watchtower, so this castle is just to maintain the map control. Now st4rk starting to convert. He has got 1, 2, 3, 4 monks, and he only got 1. Good job here from st4rk, and suddenly same military numbers. Can st4rk follow up with this? Mangonel attacking, I guess Eddie got a monk back or 2. The villagers even fighting the monks here, and Eddie trying to reconvert. The spearman is just annoying, but the castle about to go up. I think Eddie should just go back with the monks to the castle. And now st4rk is going back. He knows he cannot fight this any longer. The castle's coming up, and the scouts will die now. Not without taking a monk or 2 if they got lucky. Monk being garrisoned inside. Perfect. And Eddie's monk is getting killed. Oh my god, this should not happen. Eddie, what are you doing? You're losing monk after monk. Holy shit, now the scout is getting attacked by that castle, and the monks are surviving. Boso coming in from Eddie, of course, late starting redemption. Eddie with decent resources. st4rk nowhere close to Imperial Age, but he's investing into monks still, and I think that investment is coming too late. Scouts and monks, it's a good idea, but I need to counter-attack, and that's not enough against Eddie apparently. Eddie played this really well. Taking down his own ram, that's not something you want to see, but oh well, it happens. And Imperial Age will mean block printing illumination, probably a trebuchet coming out. Let's see what Eddie's going to do here. Trap on the way, block printing on the way, illumination as soon as you get the gold for that. Yeah, sold 100 food, doesn't really need food at this point. And he's gonna get rid of those towers, and then later on be able to convert the monks. Town center on st4rk's 3rd gold, but st4rk is saying no, not that easy. He's sending the monks. He's going to convert a bunch of villages here. That was not a good idea from Eddie. Can he finish the town center? The monks are converting. 96%. This village is still working. There is 98%. No more villages left. Wow, look at this. 98% town center, and st4rk was able to convert a bunch of villages here. Eddie now only on 32. That's not looking good for him. He will still have a gold income probably, but that amount of villagers, he's gonna have a hard time. And of course st4rk is putting up his own town centers. There is 1, 2 on the outside. He has 1 town center inside, only 1 actually, and there is 2 more coming up, 1 plus 1 here on the left hand side. So st4rk now saying I can go for TCs at this point, because Eddie is gonna start and push in the middle. This tower is about to go down. There we go. st4rk is gonna have to abandon his main goal probably. The house about to go down. There's even a stable in front of that, so Eddie may be ready inside his own base. But Eddie's sending monks immediately. He's going to convert the tower. He may be able to convert the stables as well. Scout being converted. That was a quick conversion here. I think insta-convert. And that knight is living in a dangerous position, because monks are going to be able to convert that knight so fast. Here we go. The tower is being converted, the stable is next, and Edie is still with the map control here, is sending it Ram to take down these town centers, the monks to back it up. This time st4rk maybe was a little bit late with the extra TCs, and he doesn't have so much space. The map is not so... not so spacey, not so kind of, oh yeah, spacey sounds wrong. There's not so much space, not so much area, because Eddie's base is rather big, and now the villagers are taking that second gold here. It's the third gold, and it's the second gold. Eddie needs a mining camp here, hasn't seen that yet, but the villagers are still working, that's something. The villagers from st4rk actually taking down the Ram, and now Eddie moving into the monks, 2 trebuchets, and he's starting to attack the barracks. The TC is about to go down. st4rk is in a difficult position at this point, and Eddie is on a score lead with Imperial Age, while st4rk, let me see, is nowhere close to Imp, and he probably needs more units. He doesn't have that eco that he needed to be able to mass trash units like Lightcav, maybe Elite Skirmishers, something like that. And Eddie is controlling most of the map. This part on the right hand side is pretty safe for now, but Eddie has trebuchets, so he can actually start an attack to TC. st4rk doesn't have a castle, he doesn't have enough stone for castle. Guess he was able to take down one trebuchet, but the other still taking down monks, monasteries here. And st4rk again with the knight, but this knight is going to get converted really fast now, and it's going to take down a monk. Actually, yeah, that's converted knight. Now 2 more TCs in the back where st4rk has found stone and gold, but Eddie apparently this time doesn't get overwhelmed by too many units, and the big boom here, only 1 villager working. This one is about to go down, I guess, as soon as the Mameluke is moving. Double walls coming in, Eddie converting houses, there is more monks standing around, and Eddie probably needs to go back, but that 12 range against 9, that's really huge. Eddie has a big advantage here. There is 3 town centers now, but Eddie finished his own, and we have a TC fight even. It's funny to see it 38 minutes into the game, in an arena game. This mangonel might go down because the villager is not being converted or anything, but Eddie is controlling the middle of st4rk's base, he's controlling the middle of the map, and village is again taking down a trebuchet, but there's the Mamelukes, and that means Eddie will be able to take down the tower, and then the TCs. This villager died to the Mameluke, I guess, and there's... oh, conversion beginning. st4rk losing the rest of the monks. Monk against monk. Let me see. st4rk with the better conversions here, but Eddie has a lot of things to do at the same time. Another TC coming up. I think Eddie needs like 2 more trebuchets. Again, villagers moving in, but the Mamelukes will be able to take down villagers fast here. That's 6 attack against the villagers because +1, and that's like 7 hits with the Mameluke to get a villager down. It's going pretty fast. Now we have a TC war, which Eddie seems to be winning, and this TC is not going up because the Knight and the Mangonel are doing a good job here. Eddie able to convert the rest of the monk. I think this is pretty much over. st4rk doesn't have that big economy he needs. Those villagers are idle because they're mainly fighting. The Mamelukes not attacking you far, but they're gonna go for the villagers next. And st4rk with quadruple walls here in the back, but there's not a lot of space. 3rd town center on the back here. It's not gonna be enough, and I think Eddie with 61 villagers, 20 idols? See idle and gold villagers, where's the idle villagers? Maybe on the left hand side, and inside the TC of course. st4rk is finishing this TC, but it cost him a lot here, and a few villagers were converted. I guess Eddie should add capped ram, I think, or trebuchet is moving forward. Yes, there we go. 2 traps now hitting the tower, the houses. 1 TC actually went down already. And st4rk doesn't have a lot of military units left. It's 8. There is a monk standing around here. There is... I don't see too much of st4rk's military. There is another TC coming up, or not going up, because Eddie is now paying a lot of attention. He's taking down villagers, and I don't see st4rk's... there's 1 monk inside that monastery. I don't see st4rk's military units, to be honest. A lot of idle villagers as well in these TCs. I think Eddie is winning this game now. This TC is going down because the trebuchet is just too fast. Those villagers will die, and this should be the GG. Let me go faster. I don't think we're going to see a comeback this time. Would have been a really strong one. Another TC on the main gold from st4rk, because he has to abandon the right hand side. Eddie this time with a fast push. I think the Mamelukes are doing a good job here. Now there's again too many villagers on 1 gold mine. 1 village actually being converted by Eddie inside. He could be really annoying, like get a tower up, something like that. And now Eddie is controlling the main gold as well. He's going to attack the main TC with the trebuchets here outside, getting rid of the monastery probably next. And I don't see a way for st4rk to come back. He does not want to lose this game. He's getting another TC up in the middle, but Eddie got too many military units. 68 military units, and he's got 80 villages as well. No chance for st4rk here. Let me speed it up. I don't see a way to come back. A few more villagers going to the next TC. This time st4rk's strategy did not work. st4rk now buying stone probably to get more TCs up. You see, yeah, he's got a lot of wood in the bank. He's got a decent amount of gold, but now the trebuchet is even hitting TC from outside the wood line. And this means st4rk needs to fight with more villages. Eddie now more villages as well, and he can go whatever he wants, I guess. Eddie saying dot dot, you're not going to win this, and it's actually true. More villages going down. Stark finally calling the GG here. Let's not prolong this. Nice push this time by Eddie. Stark with an interesting counterplay, but it was not good enough. Let's go into game 6, a match game now for Eddie. I think it's a Chinese war if I remember correctly. And indeed, it's a Chinese war. By default, it's the settings, it's not team random. We have Stark going up with 30 villagers, and he lost the scout inside Eddie's base. Eddie going up with 28, so that's 29 against technically 31 population. Eddie got a good map with the main gold, the second gold, and the third gold safe in the back here. The main stone on the side, only the second stone outside. We have one relic close to Eddie's base, and one relic inside for him. That's more or less 2 relics for Eddie here. As for Stark, he's sending more scouts. That means he's got a stable up actually. He's got a second stone and a second gold safe in the back. The main gold forward is the main stone forward, and third gold is outside. He's got one relic inside his base, which is here. He milled the deer, 4 deer outside actually, and 2 relics around his base. We have an extra gold on the left hand side, we have an extra stone on the right hand side, and 1 extra gold inside Stark's base actually. Light Kev also coming in from Stark, so he is expecting Eddie to go monks again, which you can do with Chinese of course. I think it's like monks or Chukunu are 2 very good options. Eddie is not on stone, instead I think a second TC coming up on the main gold close to the wood line, and there is the 2 light curve waiting for the scout and the monks to come out. Eddie got the relic from inside already in the monastery. He's going with TC number 3 on the main stone, also close to the wood line. A second lumber camp coming in. Looks like Eddie is going to double monastery and 3 TC boom actually, mini boom coming up. He's going to be able to take those 2 relics, and the question is he going for more? I think so. He knows Stark is probably the better boomer, so why not be a little bit annoying? Also Stark investing into light cav to make sure Eddie cannot rush him. With 1 monastery up for him, he should be able to get the 3 relics in. Eddie doing wheelbarrow very early on, I like this. He's got a necessary amount of farms. He can go for more farms, but I guess the siege workshop will be next, or actually 3 TC boom. Let's see, no more farms coming up. So Eddie, this time, changing the strats, changing from his usual strategy of rushing into booming a little bit. Stark also 3 TCs, but Eddie is ahead. Stark though doing hand car, which is really early on and a really strong upgrade. So they're pretty much neck and neck when it comes to the villager numbers and the economy. Now there's a fight happening in the middle, and looks like Stark is losing all the light cav for like 2 or 3 monks maybe. There's a forward barracks now coming up from Eddie, and I guess the siege workshop will be up next. Stark, what is he doing to do? Archery range, we're going to see crossbowman. He's got 2 relics inside. Can you see number 3 here? Stark can't see it, but there's a scout and a light cav around, so Eddie is getting the 3rd relic actually. Stark was a little bit too slow with that. He's on stone, so he's planning to get a castle up, and it's actually 4 TCs now for Stark. University coming up in the back here, probably for ballistics, and we're going to see crossbowman. Eddie, what are you going to do? The forward castle coming up from Eddie the Ram is there. So Eddie is saying after 3 TC booming, let's go aggressive in Castle Age while upping to Imperial Age. Nice rush actually from Eddie. I like to see this. Stark was able to stop Eddie's potential monk rush, but then Eddie just switching the gears and saying, okay, I'm going a different way. I can do this. Stark walling up to make sure his main gold stays safe. Eddie cannot see the main gold. That's a problem for him. Good for Stark for now. Eddie of course is going to find this, and the monk is moving forward. For now, Stark is pretty much fully walled, except for those villages. Ooh, Eddie could go around and inside, but he needs the units for that. Chukun production starting. Eddie got a +1 already. Stark clicked up to Imperial Age while Eddie is about to be there, and we have Boat Kinero on the way. Eddie is going Bracer next probably, and potentially with a Trebuchet. University coming up, so Eddie with a good economy this time, 80 villagers. Against 90 for now from Stark. Another forward castle covering the main stone, and Eddie still cannot see the main gold, which is bad for him. He's castle coming up on the left hand side, protecting a 3rd gold. I like this idea because you need to get some gold safe. Stark doesn't have a good, so good map. He's also on the 2nd gold in the back, which makes sense. The monastery is getting attacked now. Ballistics, gold mine, stone mine, Boat Kinero, Imperial Age. Stark is going to be able to mass more units, but Eddie, probably the Chukunu with a better unit here, and monks to help out, should have a decent attack still. Now the Trebuchet is going to find the castle and that main gold. I'm assuming the castle will go down first, and Eddie is going to send his units to protect those. Chukunu production still going on. Have you braced for Eddie? Yes, there it is. Very good. Cannot afford rocketry yet. 3rd castle coming in, and that's huge for Eddie. He has had a lot of villagers on stone, is taking 2nd stone. Well, the map control allows him to go for the stone. His golds are safe, and that means Stark is gonna be starving for gold very soon. He needs a lot of crossbow, bracer, arbalest on the way. Onager coming in from Eddie. That makes a lot of sense, investing into this upgrade. and this castle is going down. I think Stark is not even repairing that. Instead, town center coming up behind that. Some town center Edie cannot see yet, so maybe he's not even going to the left hand side, but he's sending units now. Mangonel actually to follow up, and this monastery is going down. Still Chukunus and trebuchets coming in. Onager almost finished, and there you can see the TC. Edie found it. The Arbalest taking down monks really fast. Chukunu non-elite, but Edie may save up for that now, and he's got enough stone for castle number 4 actually. Trebuchet moving forward. Onager hitting a villager. These Onagers should go back because the Arbalest can actually take down Onagers, and nice dodging the shots, but Edie repairing now. Stark needs more. Now the Onager went down. The Chukunu are not good enough in that small numbers against so many Arbalest, but Edie is going to let Archer Army is getting more and more units. He's attacking the TC. He got rid of the TC on the left hand side and getting another castle to be able to attack the left hand side as well. Stark in the meantime moving out to the right hand side and going with the double siege workshop forward, so he's going to attack here. Stark saying, what the fuck? What does he mean? Not sure what he means. Actually, TC went down, and Stark is a little bit in trouble again. Looks like Edie has good pushes going, good games for him. Stark is trying to defend as good as he can, but Edie really playing stronger than ever in Master of Arena tournaments, in my opinion at least. So if he's winning this game, you know why. He's playing really well here. He needs to go back. He cannot take this gold for now. Onager against... yeah, that amount of Arbalest is going to be able to take down Onagers. The Trebuchet should go back here. Is Edie going to attack Arbalest with with Trebuchets now? It's possible. He's going for the mining camp though. The mining camp went down fast, and Chukunu controlling the middle TC, the main TC went down. Stark an outpost to the top here, maybe going for more TCs. I think Stark, yeah, kept him coming in, but Edie doing elite Chukunu, and that's huge. Our Stark resources not looking too bad, but he's losing more and more ground. Siege workshops coming up for him, with battle rams on the way. Another castle to completely guard this third gold, and Stark cannot see the extra gold on the right hand side. I think Edie found forward siege workshops here. He can see them, so he's probably going to re-wall, maybe the fortified wall upgrade coming in. Doesn't have the resources for that right now, but he's sending the monks and the Chukunu immediately. He knows what's coming up for Stark, and at the same time these castles are really strong here. I think Stark doesn't have a single castle yet, and that's really terrible for him. He's got a second stone safe in the back. Did he have a castle? Does he have one? I don't see it. Where is Stark's stones? One, the main stone was for it, but I thought the second stone was safe in the back actually. I'm missing that. I think he's been taking that already, and maybe he sold some stone or used it for TC. He hasn't got a single castle up yet, and that's a problem for him against so many castles. Trebuchets and Elite Chukunu are going to be even strong against the siege rams. Now we have the siege ram upgrade in that siege workshop. This is dangerous, but it's going to work out. 3 rams, and there's probably elite skirmishers on the way. Yes, there we go. More TCs on the right hand side. Problem is, Edie is pretty much fully boomed with only 10 idle villages, so he's got a very good working economy. Trebuchet being repaired, and Edie is pushing from the left hand side. He's pushing on the right hand side, and again Stark is going with extra TCs, but again there's not that much space available. Eddie is controlling a lot of the map. Chemistry now coming in, only missing rocketry as far as I remember from the upgrades. He's missing rocketry still, but he may even go for that very soon. Stark now with siege rams and Arbalest. He may be able to get down a few of those castles, but Edie should still be able to get good fights going. Military numbers in favor of Edie, and now the siege rams moving out to attack Eddie's semi-forward middle base maybe. Problem is the elite Chukunu, they're going to be strong against the siege rams and even decent against the elite skirmishers. Bloodlines and husbandry coming in from Stark. Resources for him, he's got a lot of gold in the bank, but he doesn't really know what to do with that. I guess siege rams is a good idea in general. Doesn't have so many siege workshops. That's like 1 going down, unfinished, and there's like 3, 4, I guess that's 4 plus 1. So he's creating siege rams from the forward and here in the back. But there is only 2 siege workshops, now more Arbalest on the way. Almost enough stone for a castle. He could buy a castle if he needed it, maybe for conscription purposes. Eddie cannot see these TCs, I think, but he's going with the own TC on the extra gold. He's saying, yeah, I can do that too. And now he's moving in with the Elite Chukunu to take down more villages. Stark at 143 will be fine for now. He doesn't have the military to fight back. 54 against 17, that's huge. And again, we have a fight where Stark is all around the map, and Eddie is trying to push from the middle. Stark, oh, going from 2 sides, or from his main base and the forward right-hand side, forward side, with siege rams and elite skirmishers. Siege rams also coming up from Eddie now, and I think we're going to post-Imperial Age war, where both players have decent economies, but Stark has the more difficult position. TC about to go up. I guess Stark is going with more siege rams very soon. There is 1, 2 more coming in. And Stark also now trying to breach the walls here. The last gate will go down. I think Edie has a few idle villages already. He should re-evolve this. He maybe should go for fortified walls. Rocketry coming in from Edie, very important upgrade for those elite Chukunu. And Trebuchet is being attacked by Arbalest. The Light Cav now moving in to take down Onagers. Good job here from Stark. He's able to go in with the Light Cav, so he's starting to raid Eddie's economy. Eddie doesn't have any military units at home. That's a problem for him. And oh, those villagers again are moving far away to take this third gold. Eddie's gold, let's see how's it looking. Not too good. He still should have 3+1 relic. But Stark with the castle finally up and attacking Eddie's base as well as the forward base from two sides. Now Eddie going with Elite Chukunu to get rid of this base. Stark is very, very strong at rebuilding fast here, and he's got the economy, he's got a very safe economy in the back. And Eddie probably cannot afford to go Light Cav yet. I think that would be a nice option for him. Handcard only now coming in from Eddie. Of course, Stark had that a long, long time. Got it a long, long time ago. Now Eddie finally going with the mining camp here. Another house coming up. He's housed on 190. And Stark is not giving up here. Very strong game in my opinion. Now Stark managed to defend. And Stark may even be able to come back here. 18 is scored, but not by that much. And Stark with a very, very strong game. Problem for Stark is it doesn't have a lot of gold income. 44 gold. And where you're taking gold, Stark? Your third gold is on the left hand side taken by Eddie. Eddie is taking his own golds, of course. Now a few Light Cav still, but there is finally Chukunu inside. Elite Skirmish and Siege moving forward. Eddie even taking the extra gold. Stark finished his own extra gold that was inside his base. So Stark's problem is gold right now. He needs it to be able to afford siege rams. And Elite Skirmishers and Light Cav, of course. The trash units, that's something he can build as long as he wants to. Light Cav now on the way from Eddie, and he's fighting Elite Chukunus against Elite Skirmishers because he had the gold for that. The main gold from Stark being covered by Eddie. I think Eddie may be able to take this next, and Stark probably is going to try and get rid of the castles maybe that are surrounding here. But Stark also with a nice raiding coming in, Elite Skirmishers and Light Cav raiding Eddie's economy. Eddie on 120 villagers, but the numbers are dropping at the same time. Now Eddie is attacking this castle. Trebuchet is getting rid of that top economy and forward here. A lot of stables actually up for Stark. Check is producing from all of those. He's housed on 180, 185. Fortune coming in for him, still raiding, doing a good job here, but problem is he cannot really stop Eddie's army with the siege rams and Elite Chukunu. He doesn't have anything against that. And Eddie also still being annoying in the middle. This right inside, Eddie using the Chukununa to make sure no more raiding is coming in. Light Cav moving across, more siege workshops coming in between the forward base and Eddie's original base. Actually, Stark was able to take down a monastery. So one relic less for Eddie, but he will be able to get those back. Now villagers even moving in, that Light Cav is going down, and Stark is losing that base on the top side. I think Eddie could have even walled this maybe, that would have been fun to see. Stop Stark's villagers that go around by just walling. Stark is still going with more siege rams, he's still on 174 population, but Eddie now getting rid of a lot of Stark's military buildings, and that's a big problem for him, because as soon as this part of the map is gone for Stark, Eddie will be able to start and push the middle. And still nobody's claiming this main gold. Stark now going with Arbalest and Elite Skirmisher mix to maybe try and get rid of these castles. That would be so important. But there is so much happening all over the map, it's hard to keep track here. Also for the players, of course. Me noob, so I'm trying to do it as good as I can. But the players are doing a lot more than I am here. And now is Eddie making sure that Stark cannot go inside his own base. Those last archer ranges are going down. This villager may be able to finish the stable, but the stable will fall as well. That means the completely north side, complete top side of the map is being controlled by Eddie, and Stark lost everything here. And now Eddie's saying, okay, I'm going for this right hand side part next. That is technically forward to my own base. And Eddie with a lot of Chukunu, 95 military units, that's so much. Eddie only on roughly 100 villagers, but that's all he needs right now. And Stark is having a hard time to counter all those military units. So Stark on 52, that's a good number actually, but it's not going to be good enough. The siege ram's not even able to take down an archer range because those Chukunu are doing a good job. And Eddie's sending more Chukunu against these Elite Skirmishers. On the left hand side, Eddie's not even taking gold any longer. Looks like he has enough gold. Stark low on resources except for wood. Eddie gold looking still still looking fine. Now the Siege Ram's getting rid of that forward Siege Workshop, and while those elite skirmishers are raiding, Edie is sending a few of his own Light Cav, and Light Cav are going to be very good against those elite skirms. There's a few more waiting in the back here. Edie also on the left hand side creating more elite Shukunu, in the middle fighting the Light Cav that are coming in. Stark not going for his main goal, Edie not going for that main goal either, and a lot of things still happening, but Edie with a 6k score lead, and I think Stark will not be able to come back from here. He was trying his best, he's still trying, but of course if Edie wins this, he's going to the next round, to the grand finals, and Stark will only go to the bronze match. So why not try it? Why not try as long as possible? Problem for him is problem for Stark. He's losing more and more. Look at the map. Half of the map is controlled by Edie, and he's getting buildings everywhere. Even Light Cav raiding now inside Stark's space, and Stark is calling GG. Congratulations, Edie, making it to the grand finals of the MoAre4 tournament with very, very strong games. Stark, such a worthy opponent. I think this is probably the preview on the grand final, or the secret grand final here. I hope you enjoyed these games, and I'm going to go now to cast the next semifinal between Yannick and Malcolm. GG.